Alright, in this video, I'm going to quickly be going over the relaunch of the e-commerce agency, guys. We're going to be going over results. Ignore the car, we're in a hotel in the middle of Melbourne. What we're doing right now is we're relaunching the e-commerce agency with everything. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you results. Still can't show the name. Unlucky boss, I know you want to try and steal their Facebook ads. I'm going to show you a bunch of results. I'm going to show you what the Google ads are like, and then I'm going to tell you about our new offerings so that you can take advantage and actually get somewhere in 2025 without being the guy on his laptop trying to convince girls that his Shopify screenshot is cool and that it's not gay and that your mum is proud of you. All right, let's hop in. What you can see here is the overview. You can see 51,500 in total, cost 239,000 in conversion value. New customers, might I add. So here you can see the account overview from dead zero. All right, account existed for a couple months. The guy was like, I want to, I don't want to, I want to do Google ads, I don't want to do Google ads. He didn't actually launch anything. He was just, procrastinating and putting it off. It is what it is. You're already running the Facebook ads. You're already doing almost an hour a day of work. Why would you want more? So look, this guy was, we ended up starting around June, June, I believe. Yeah. Okay. June 2023. This is where we started. $38 in total spend. And then you can see the conversion value throughout the months as we slowly go up here. And then a drop off, then a recorrection. Okay. So here, if we quickly take monthly, you can see this. Boom, we took like 700, 2,000, 13, 42, 120, you know me. All right, so just to let you guys know though, and keep this in mind, I am Australian, so that means that when I'm in these accounts, the dollars are going to be displayed in Australian dollars. So if you're from the US, just take whatever I say as essentially whatever's on the screen is 65 to 70% of your dollar value. So if you take 51,000, that is essentially like 35,000, okay? If you take 230,000, that's like essentially like 175, okay? I can't do the quick maths right here, but it's somewhere around those numbers, okay? Here, let's quickly go all again. All right, so here, let's hop into the actual account so that you can actually see the details here. Here you can see our total spend, 51K, 238. Here is our first search campaign. Now I'm gonna quickly break down all these campaigns, just super light overview. This isn't going to be a full tutorial. This is just showing what we've done for this client. This is a search campaign. I break up the search campaigns by branded and generic terms. Okay, if you're doing Google ads, then you always should do that. There's plenty of tutorials on how to do it. Go watch one of them. Branded, generic terms. So branded just means the name of the brand. So Big Boss Coffee or whatever you want to call yourself. And then there's generic, okay, which is the generic term for the product. So you would call, this is an LG phone, okay? You would call that just a phone, all right? That's the generic term for it. This is a MacBook, but you would call it a laptop, okay? Generic term for the branded product, okay? So that's how that works. This right here, this is the top of funnel campaign for search, and this one is actually generic, okay? So this is the generic brand, the generic term, top of funnel, and I'll tell you about the differences in top of funnel and remarketing campaigns, okay? That'll come when we get to the PMAX campaigns. So here you can see 12,000 spend, 9,000 clicks, $1.34 cost per click, 433 conversions for $70,294, okay? Cost per conversion of $27. So that's like pretty good. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like 15 US or something like that. For a $100 product, what is there to hate about that, So here you can see this is also generic term, top of funnel. So this one's $9,000 spent, $41,000 in revenue generated, okay? 275 conversions, $35 cost per conversion. Right here, we've got generic search terms as well. We've also got top of funnel for this, $5,400 spend, $28,000 return. And if you're starting to think like these ROASs look strange, 5.8, 4.25, this is not like a big like hoopla, like woohoo. You start looking at that when you get to the branded terms, okay? And those will be a little bit further down with the PMAXs. So this is what I'm going to be showing you now about, or telling you about the differences between the remarketing and just the top of funnel campaigns. So the top of funnel campaigns, what you're going to be doing is isolating off certain keywords that only people who are introduced and familiar with your brand already know. You're going to be isolating them out as keywords you specifically do not want to show up for. Then you're also going to be cutting out any chance that Google has to use your generic top of funnel campaign to hit those people who have already converted before. So what Google's going to try and do is obviously get you the cheapest cost per conversion. That's obviously what they're going to try and do so that their metrics look better, so they can show you a higher ROAS. But you actually want to split these apart. ROAS doesn't tell shit in terms of like the whole story, because if you're cannibalizing your bottom of funnel conversions from people who have already bought from you and they're coming back to buy by setting them to a generic search term, then you're going to be getting mismatched data, and you're going to be ending up with a campaign that's actually way lower performing than what you think it is, despite the numbers showing up as high performing, okay? If you're sending a bunch of people who are already familiar with you and your brand to a generic like top of funnel campaign, and you're not isolating them off and saying to Google, hey, don't show this person this campaign if they've already converted, what you're going to be doing is ending up with these like numbers where it's like, oh my God, my top of funnel campaign is so profitable. Like that's, you don't want that, because what you're going to end up with is like this really profitable campaign. Oh, I'm acquiring new customers for like this. It's like, dude, you're just running a remarketing campaign without knowing it. And you're going to, right, they got to die in the middle of the video. Like, anyway, so let's hop back into here with some more search campaigns. These are search campaigns. Split them up by country if you can. If you have different products, split them up by products. If you have different offers sometimes, and I try not to do that, but if you have to, because sometimes they're very different. Here we've got different countries. These are generic terms. These are generic. These are generic. So here we can see some spend. All right, let's get to the spend on these generic ones. You'll be able to see like a stark difference between these and when we start getting into the remarketing campaign. So 4,000 spend, 16,000 in return, 2,000 spend, 6,000 in return, 4,000 spend, 21,000 in return. You can see like these are quite expensive in terms of like this account overall. These are all top of funnel. So these are new customers that we can then send our emails to, we can remarket to. We get more value from getting new customers than we do by converting our old one. Generally, obviously, if you have like an MRR product and you're doing a bunch of upsells, or you have a high ticket item, probably best to monetize those on the back end if you can. But if you're doing like this like low ticket, sort of like high volume e-commerce, like physical product stuff, then you probably want to be doing like a bunch more top of funnel stuff than you do in terms of like remarketing. And this is word to the wise. If you're doing $1 million a month right now and you don't have emails, by the way, we offer emails. If you don't have emails set up for your store and you're doing like $1 million a month right now, you're probably throwing away somewhere around 300 grand a month just cause, for fucking, I don't know what reason, because I don't know, like 5,000 a month sounds expensive to you, I guess. Whatever, bro. Here in these campaigns, you can see generic UK, all right, so this is 1,000 spent, 1,500 conversion value, but we left it on. It was just barely loss, okay, because this had like a 1.10 break even ROAS or something like that. Very, very, very high margin product. 900 in spent on this one, 1,200. This is a search as well. This is another just top of funnel, 800, 940, okay, barely profitable. All converters, 666, we don't like that, but 2,600, okay, whatever. So that was a remarketing campaign that was like semi-successful. We kind of left that on. $500 in brand, all right? But this is the difference between remarketing and generic. If you remember just up above, we've got some of the generic terms, okay? Like 1,400, 1,500, 2,500, 6,000, 4,000, 16,000, 4,000, 21,000. Those are generic terms, okay? Here we get to the stuff that's like really juicy and what makes Google Ads so specifically good. 500 in spend, 14K in return. All right, 27 ROAS. That's where we start looking at like, okay, this makes it worth it. This is where we're extracting a ridiculous amount of profit for realistically very little input. 153 in total cost and $700 in return. You know, it's all right. We'll take it. We're not going to throw it away. That's everything in terms of results for the video. So if that's all that you came for, you got it. So what I want to quickly talk to you about is that the e-commerce agency is relaunching. We're being under the umbrella of Gummy Growth. If you need emails, we do that. If you need CRO, we do that. If you need meta ads, we do that. If you need Google and YouTube ads, we do that, okay? We're a full suite agency now. We've got some of the top guys who have worked with names that you definitely know, and I wish that I could say here, but I actually can't say because I would just get nuked. These names you know, I promise you know them if you're in the space at all. That's who our team has worked with. We've done millions of dollars in revenue per month generated from each of those services, let alone all together. We're talking about 10 million plus generated a month in new revenue for customers, okay? We do CRO, again, emails, Google and YouTube and meta ads. We do all of the media buying. We can do image and video creation provided that you give us the assets. If you're interested in working with an agency that actually has a fucking clue, man, then click below. and book a call into my calendar.